in the end, we should be moving here. Okay, we were chasing money at some point, but it should stop at some point, and when we have enough, and we should come back. Because
Yeah.
India has a lot of things to offer still, even at this point of stage. I see my corporate ladder, and I see the guys, who are a few years ahead of me, and I see their life, and I didn't wanted to waste any more time, basically.
Mhm.
So I kept pushing, and reason we migrated, I migrated from India to overseas was because of money.
Yeah.
So the reason my parents migrated from the village where their whole ancestry grew up, and they have all their families and communities. They migrated to city was because of money.
Yeah.
So at some point in a generation, you should have like, oh, this is enough of this. Now we have to go back to wherever our roots are.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Desi Return. Today, I'm excited to have Rakesh on our show. Rakesh spent close to 4 years in Asia Pacific, Singapore, Korea, before spending another 7 years in Dubai, and finally decided to move back to India with his family. He has been living in India for close to 1.5 years, and I'm really looking forward to this discussion because Rakesh is our first guest from Middle East, and who is someone who is from a non-IT background, especially working in the oil refineries, how the life has been in Dubai, and what made him and his family to move back to India, and some insights and some perspectives from someone who lived and abroad in Middle East for more than a decade. So with that, Rakesh, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Yeah, I was looking for when I was making a move. I was actually looking for insights of people who have already moved, but for some reason, unfortunately, I didn't come across a channel. Only after I moved, then I saw stumbled upon your YouTube channel. But before that, I was just collecting info from random, NRIs who have their own small uh, video sessions and all. So I mean, for me, it was unfortunate, but a lot of guys who want to move, your channel is like pretty much have all the info required to decide to make a move and what you can expect after the move. So I wish I could have found the channel before the move, and would have saved a lot of my time.
Yeah, I think the channel was started about a year and a half, right? I think maybe year 3 months before. So I think when you are moving, so it's brand new at that time. But I think it's never the late. I think wish we all have this information even when I was moving, right? So, but at least like let's capture this information so that it could help for the future returnees. So thank you very much for giving that feedback. Appreciate it. So Rakesh, let's start a bit with your background. What's your education background? What made you to move out of India, spend close to 4 years in Asia Pacific, and then why Dubai? So that would help us in setting the stage and understanding a bit about you.
Yeah, sure. I did a diploma in mechanical engineering. So after that, immediately I got placed in L&T. I was very good with what I studied. So that was not never an issue. And I was very, keen in mechanical things as well. So when I joined L&T, everything was good except for the fact that the salary was very low, as usual in India, And when you're starting out, the that time the period of learning is quite steep because it's very competitive in India, and all the people in my department were especially like all college toppers. So it was very competitive. Plus, I come from a very poor background, right? Poor family. So I needed a lot of money very quickly. So I decided, okay, me and few of my friends, we got together, decided, see which industry pays more, which company pays more. And we stumbled upon that oil and gas, this sector pays a lot for mechanical engineers and all. So all we just started randomly reaching out to these companies, even though we didn't have any experience or whatsoever. We just, 6 months since we joined LNT, and it was just, training phase and all. So, but after searching for about 6 or 8 months, we finally got some interview opportunities, and few of my friends got placed in some oil fields services company. Then after a few months, I got placed in, I got an opportunity in oil drilling company. So which basically have oil platforms in the middle of sea, and you go out there and you drill on specific locations where
Yeah.
there is high probability of getting the oil. So, and that it turned out to be on a rotation basis job. So it was like 1 month on, 1 month off, and I was like, man, this is even better. So I went there, joined, and as soon as I joined, they sent me to a lot of different projects that was going on overseas. So that's how my overseas journey started,
Sure.
and pretty much fundamentally it started basically, chasing money.
Yeah.
You so chasing money, and the department where I got placed as well is it's not like the core mechanical and all. It's related supply chain, which was, I had no clue about. So fundamentally, it was just chasing money, and I'm glad I ended up in the right places. I went to go overseas in a lot of different countries at a very young age. So, but it was mostly on not in the offices. It was mostly on the shipyards where
Yeah.
there is ports and all that. But at the end of 2014 or 15, when I got married, I thought, okay, I can, stop this rotational thing since I'm married now, and join some stable office role. So that's where I got a placement in Dubai, and then I moved there first alone, and after a few years, few months, basically my wife followed because I mean she was expecting that time.
Yeah.
So with the baby and everything, so, pretty much started afresh there, and it was very good, comfortable life. Um, but again, after a few years, since I've always been living in like a community, Bombay is very, very crowded, right? So a lot of community activities, a lot of different religions, and we all celebrate together. So I was kind of missing all of those actions a lot. So, but and the more we used to come to India for vacation, and every time I noticed how things are different here than compared to life overseas.
Yeah.
The more it was, compelling for me that okay, in the end we should be moving here. Okay, we were chasing money at some point, but it should stop at some point, and when we have enough, and we should come back. Because
Yeah.
India has a lot of things to offer still, even at this point of stage.
Got it. So I know you mentioned about a stable job in Dubai. So it's still in the oil and refinery, but not in the rigs, like maybe more like an office kind of a role. And just
Correct.
yeah, got it. And so yeah, let's talk about the life in Dubai, right? How are things? You've been there for 7 years. Have you had the plans to move back since beginning? Like, do you have like certain money in mind? And then once you reach certain milestones, whatever it could be money or the kids or whatever, you want to come back, or it just like life has taken its own sweet time and things have changed and evolved, and then that's how the interest of moving back to India has come into picture.
Yeah, that's a good question. Fundamentally, I never thought because uh, it, Dubai offered everything a young couple would need, basically. The safety, security, and the culture is very vibrant, and it's modern. Um, a lot of influence by American culture and all. So or Instagram likes, if you can say, but sooner or later, after I got a kid, I realized that Indian culture is very important, and if you, I've seen the kids who grew up in Dubai or in UK, and when they Indian kids basically, and they had everything except for that Indian culture. It was very different. So that was not I was looking for my kids being grown up. After they grown. The Indian culture is very respectful of the elders, and they are close knit and all. So and the unity is very strong. Still many cultures they live jointly with the family, and that is lost in little bit in the Western culture, because as soon as you grow a certain age, you're out and you're alone and all that. And even the family is, if it's there, it's more like a nuclear family, So which is like the smallest section of the community basically in India. So that was one thing. Plus another thing was the education. The education I did not feel that it was offering what it should be offering. India have a lot of things, yoga, Ayurveda, and all that needs to be learned about, and we have all our Vedas and all the Sanatana Dharma things that is very important for having a fulfilling life. So those were missing. Those kids, if I see, even if they attain a certain success in their life, they were still not quite as happy.
Yeah.
In India, we all the 90s kids who have grown up, we grew up in a poor family and all. But still, if I can sum up my childhood, it would still be a joyful experience, to be honest. So just considering all that, I thought, we will stay here as long as needed. But at the end, I want majority of my kids' childhood to be in India.
Got it. So sounds like I think it's not anything like a pre-planned, but as you spending time abroad and just the fact that you want to bring the kids in Indian culture, the education, I think that's the main driving factor. So curious in terms of the timing of the move, is that based on certain milestones or certain things that you want to achieve, or before the kids goes into education, like why the move in 2023?
Um, Actually, the move first, my thought started in 2020 itself, but
Okay.
because of COVID, it got restricted. Okay,
Yeah.
then I thought better to stay at one place, because India had a lot more lockdowns
Yeah.
than Dubai. Then a few years went past, and then we thought, okay, I started telling my company as well that, okay, I don't want to stay here, because I see my corporate ladder, and I see the guys, who are a few years ahead of me, and I see their life, and I didn't wanted to waste any more time, basically.
Mhm.
So I kept pushing, and when the time was right, they allowed, okay, you can go back and start that rotational job again and all that. So it was not. I could have lived few more years there as well, because my kids are young. Basically, they were like 6 and 4 when we did the move last year. So I was not in a rush, but again, I didn't see any point continuing further,
Yeah.
to be honest, because the more we stay, the more we were missing out. Basically, I felt, every time there is a festival. the all the festivals get just pushed down to the weekends because everybody is busy.
Yeah.
So the culture itself was not very good.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So, how did you plan on a career side? Because you're in the oil and refinery industry, like how are the opportunities in India? How is that going in terms of the transition with your professional career?
Or because luckily my job allows a rotational part as well. So even if I leave the corporate life, which is basically 9 to 5, 5 days a week kind of thing, there is some portion in my industry that you can go, especially the one with the engineering background, they can go and work actually in the field, which is the oil platform, which works in the middle of sea, and it's a different location. So when you work there, you work for 1 month and 1 month you're off. So basically, you're kind of little free,
Yeah.
geography wise. You don't need to be at one place because anyway you're going to try and work and for a month and you come back.
Okay.
So it was not restricted to any geographic location.
So sounds like I think you're back into that field kind of the role, like
Yes,
spending the time in the
yes. So I have to stay away from my family for a month
Yeah.
minimum whenever I go. So that's the compromise. I thought, okay, it's worth going for,
Yeah.
because even if you stay at home for a long time, the quality of time you spend with the family is more important than the quantity. So what's the point of being at home 24/7 and you're just you're not happy and you get aggressive and all that. So
Got it. And curious in terms of the place of relocation to India, I think sounds like you have the flexibility because your role requires you to travel abroad, once a
uh,
month. But how did you select, where you want to move to in India? Like, is it like close to the family, or is it like something close to like some other aspects? Curious on that.
yeah, actually, when I thought I'll go back to India, it was like um no question that I'm born and brought up in Mumbai, so I'll be going and settling in Mumbai. So, but whenever I used to come for vacation, every time I see Bombay, as you know, of course, the population is growing, but culturally wise as well, there was community aspect was slowly getting lost. It was not the same as what I've grown up with.
Mhm.
Uh, because a lot of new guys coming and the job, a lot of people are in different industry, IT and all that. So they keep switching the job, keep changing the location. So even if I go spend crores of money buying a small flat, which the Mumbai is like crazy high real estate. But the community aspect would still not be there because a lot of my neighbors would still be tenants. And okay, even if I build a relation, after 1 year, you don't know they're going to continue here or not.
Yeah.
So that's what happened where where I'm born and brought up in Mumbai as well. All my old neighbors who have spent like 20 years, they have a lot of them have relocated
Mm.
back to their hometown as such, especially especially that accelerated during the COVID period.
Yeah.
So then at the end when I come for vacation, I see new faces every year. So I was like, no, we need people who are like owners who, because tenants would not invest so much of time to, gel with neighbors or community aspect. They want culturally want, invest a lot of their time.
Yeah.
So whoever are living there and they want to continue to live there for the rest of their life, they will definitely invest to make the community better all the time. So Mumbai was crossed out. Then I thought where we will go. I was looking into settling somewhere, on the not on the city, but basically tier 1 or tier 2 or tier 3 cities,
Yeah.
small cities. Uh, but then I met one of my friends who lives in the outskirts of Bangalore, and he's associated with the Art of Living firm. So Sri Sri Ravi Shankar and all. So they have their big headquarters here. So big ashram is there, and next to that there was a community where a lot of the community people were associated with the ashram as well. So I happened to just come and meet him, and I like the surrounding. I like the people were like pretty conscious, aware of their actions.
Yeah,
Uh, so the all those people who are associated with the ashram are more like culturally very inclined,
yeah,
Indian traditions and all that. So I thought, this is the best place. This is what I was looking for. So
got it.
anyway, I didn't had much relative back in Mumbai. So I thought, okay, we'll go and try and see if it works.
Sure.
So then we thought we'll just buy a house on a rent, and then we'll see how it goes. And that was so far so good. So we are finally looking for a apartment to buy here.
Got it. Great. No, thanks
Permanent.
for sharing that. Yeah. So I think let's talk a little bit about on a financial planning, right? Especially for someone who is moving from Middle East to India. Is there anything from a pension funds or a corpus fund, like the movement of money? Is there anything that you can share, so that it could help like others who are moving from that regions? Yeah.
No, man. I think anyone who's working on private companies, man, you guys are on your own. So do your own financial planning, because at the end, the government is not going to give you any retirement fund or anything. It's just part of deduction that you pay to the government. At the end, you'll get. I got it as well, but it's not much. It's that is meant for your survival in case lose a job or something happens. Then you can survive for the next 4 5 months. Okay, so but retirement purpose or anything, I didn't put much thought on that, to be honest. But
Sure.
of course, o- when you actually sit down and calculate, when sat and calculated, everything falls in your favor. When you're returning to India, everything the finance wise will definitely fall in your favor because you've been earning in dollars or whatever dirhams for Middle East or whatever the currency it is. But most of them are financially like a stronger currency, so you always be on a positive side where when you calculate. And when you come to India, it's and the metros is expensive, but as soon as you get on the outskirt of the metro or tier two city or anything, the prices drop drastically.
Yeah.
Drastically. So metros are comparable with Dubai, the cheaper sections of Dubai and all. But as soon as you move out, the food, the rental cost, the house prices, the school fees, everything drops,
Yeah.
and everything. Uh, it's not like there is no facility here. Everything is there. It's just that the standard is little down. So it depends on what you value. Like for me, the ashram, art of living ashram was a boon basically. So they have their own school. They have their own hospital, which is more majority on the Ayurvedic side, but still. So they have their own clinic and doctors. So a lot of these basic things is like kind of sorted.
Okay.
So and even if I ignore that, there are still proper hospitals here,
Okay.
which is I mean the size is different, but you get the basic facility for sure. So so all these things would definitely fall in your favor. And if you are earning, just remember when you are out, like for me when I was in Dubai, I had in my mind clearly that I won't be spending my lifetime here for sure. So it was very clear that I'm here to earn money, and I was saving like wherever possible. I would say I
Yeah.
will try not to spend unjustly and all that. So I was very cautious of my money first. every bit that you save there, like if you're in UK, US, every pound you would save there, you can easily 2 or 3 times you can when you come back it multiplies basically.
Yeah,
You can spend lavishly on those
yeah,
things.
definitely. Uh, is there anything unique things that somebody needs to be aware, like if they're moving from Dubai or anything like that, from your perspective,
Um,
from a logistics side? Yeah,
no, Dubai is actually one of the best place out of India, if I say, because Dubai is filled with Desi guys. So Desi guys, that means Desi entrepreneurs and Desi solution.
yeah,
So all these things are taken very much taken care of. So the all the business owners of Dubai as well, they understand
yeah,
their clients are pretty much from the Indian background, and they grew up in India, and also they're very mindful of the money. So
sure.
all the stuff, and to be honest, when I started living in Dubai, I it was very clear from the beginning that I don't want to stay here for long. So I did not invest in a lot of things, furniture and all, which would last for a lifetime. So all the furniture that I bought, or all the things that I did while I was there, it was kind of in the mind that it's all temporary.
Yeah,
So
understood.
when I did the movement, I did not basically bring all the furniture or all the baggage, etc. It was very lean.
Yeah,
So that clarity did help me.
makes sense. So, how has the kids adjusted in India, like with the education, with the school, with the social life, and so on?
My kids were young to be honest, so they had no problem adjusting at all. So as soon as we came, and for kids, even if they are teenagers and all, after we came, one of my neighbors as well, they moved back to India, and they moved in Bangalore as well.
Okay.
So their kids are like um, 15, 15 to 18 years, two boys. So initially, the teenagers have kind of, yeah, you make a new friend and all that. But as soon as they came, even they said that it was because it was very smooth, because a lot of things are ongoing here
Yeah.
all the time. So you cannot be indoors, because every once a month there is a festival and something happening. So you go out, and when you go out, you meet people,
Yeah.
and neighbors are very interactive as well. So the corridor, the doors are open, and people always chit chat together. Unlike in Dubai, um, depends on the neighbor, but
Yes.
Dubai mostly, we just say good morning, that's good evening, that's it. And the small talk wouldn't go further than that most of the time.
Yeah.
So
Understood.
unless you are from the same state or same thing, you have some common. But India is very different and very very vibrant. I mean, anybody who have already grown, who had their childhood spent in India, they would definitely know that all these things are like you know you can't have to think about it,
Yeah.
that okay, this will be a problem.
Got it. Cool. Is there any topic that we haven't covered that you want to bring up? Um, that would be related to, like, with your move, with your transition, and so on.
No, I think we covered pretty much all that, but is I want to just uh, join the threads here. Like, well, anybody who's planning to move to India, the one thread is that connects us is, our love for our culture or tradition and all that. So we have to. It depends on the individual, basically. Not everybody would want to come back. Somebody who wants to live, they can continue to live. But people who wants to come back, I mean, you have so many. Just one Google search or channel like yours will give enough data that coming back is a good thing. Because at the end of the day, what you want out of life, the reason we migrated, like I migrated from India to overseas was because of money.
Yeah.
So the reason my parents migrated from the village where their whole ancestry grew up, and they have all their families and communities. They migrated to city was because of money.
Yeah.
So at some point in a generation, you should have like, oh, this is enough of this. Now we have to go back to wherever our roots are.
Yeah.
India, at the end, you want your close families, and you want few of your friends. You want to spend quality time, and you want to spend things that you love as well.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of I never, as a kid, I never thought that I want to be a supply chain guy and working on the rig and all. Those are like dumb things that we pick up like as a career that I want to do that. No, nobody. This all boring admin jobs. Some of the guys may like if they like their job, that's fine. But I'm just generalizing.
Yeah.
What I saw. A lot of people they hated the job, but again, it was like the comfort zone. Uh, it's the money that they think it's important, and they kind of make a perception that no, even India is like that. No, India cities have turned western for sure. But if you go on the outskirts, you travel and go stay with locals, you see that India is still pretty much the same.
Yeah.
So uh, basically, few of the things, and it's getting better because the internet connectivity become better, so you can work remotely. You can still, if possible, earn good amount of money. If lucky, you can earn in US dollars while being remotely in India. That would be like the best.
Yeah.
So, and if you're worried about hospital and all that, so India didn't have much hospital from the beginning. So it was not like people were just dying left and right. So we have our own way of treating the disease, and a lot of them are like preventable, and a lot
Yeah.
of them are just herbs and all that you can do and take care and build your natural immunity. So all those things are a little hard, of course, but yeah, people who want to make a switch, you have enough resources at your hand if you really want. And at the end, life should be about pursuing what you like and spending time with your family and all that. What's the point? Why we are earning basically? You know,
Yeah.
we have to ask the fundamental questions and see dig down and see what you really like. If you really like what you do, you just continue to do it. If you
Yeah.
don't, then you plan and make a move. Simply like that. So fundamentally, we all like the same things. We all like to spend time with the family. We all like to do what is really meaningful for us. So it's nothing is different.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah. So thanks a lot, Rakesh, for taking the time and sharing your journey with us. Sounds like I think you get the best of the things, like, the things that you want to do, and seems like the kids are happy, the things that you want to have that, and seems like I think you're able to provide that. So once again, thanks a lot for taking the time and sharing your story with us.
Thanks a lot.